On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Surgery.
Medical treatment of injuries or diseases involving an incision with instruments and often removing or replacing some parts of the body, the branch of medical science that treats disease or injury by operative procedures.
Examples:
Cardiac surgery. The professor of surgery. He had undergone heart surgery years before.
Engineer.
A person whose job is designing, building, or maintaining something such as machines, structures, or software.
Examples:
A civil engineer. Engineer shortage. The engineer will repair my telephone tomorrow morning.
Ominous.
Giving the impression that something bad is going to happen, foreboding.
Examples:
An ominous silence. Ominous sign. The ominous clouds in the sky foretold of an approaching storm.
Background.
The details of a person's social heritage, such as family, vocational or educational experience, past information that is essential to understanding a situation or problem.
Examples:
A background color. A criminal background. The company's hiring criteria emphasize personality, not a person's background.
Bead.
A small, usually round object made of glass, wood, or plastic that is used for decoration or as part of jewelry.
Examples:
A beautiful bead. Bead curtain. She threaded the beads onto the string to make a necklace.
Sweat.
The salty liquid that is produced by the glands in the skin, especially when the body is hot or under stress.
Examples:
All in a sweat. Sweat bath. She wiped the sweat off her forehead with a towel.
Surgeon.
A doctor who is trained to perform medical operations that involve cutting open a person's body.
Examples:
An excellent brain surgeon. Army surgeon. He is a skilled surgeon that has many years of training and experience.
Madonna.
A representation of the Virgin Mary, especially in art.
Examples:
Wooden Madonna. Madonna painting. The Madonnas and Child painting is a famous piece of art from the Renaissance period.
Conversation.
An informal talk between two or more people to exchange their views, ideas, information, etc.
Examples:
Conversation in English. A friendly conversation. Your conversation reflects your thoughts.
Patient.
A person who is receiving medical treatment, care, or attention from a healthcare professional, such as a doctor, nurse, or therapist, a personal quality or characteristic.
Examples:
patient in the hospital, patient with weight loss. The doctor carefully examined the patient's medical history.
Weird.
Extraordinary, unexpected, or difficult to explain.
Examples:
a weird dress, the state of being weird. My computer has been acting weird recently.
Absolutely.
Without restriction or limitation, completely or utterly.
Examples:
absolutely against, absolutely obsessed with the girl. I am absolutely opposed to his idea because of morality.
Critic.
Someone who expresses opinions about the quality of books, music, etc.
Examples:
art critic, severe critic. Advocates for legal reform hear less harsh words from their critics.
Laparoscopy.
A surgical procedure that involves the insertion of a thin, lighted instrument called a laparoscope through a small incision in the abdomen, allowing doctors to examine and diagnose internal organs or perform minimally invasive surgeries.
Examples:
laparoscopy surgery, diagnostic laparoscopy. A small camera is inserted into the abdomen during the laparoscopy procedure to visualize the internal organs.
Unfamiliar.
Not known or recognized, not experienced or encountered before.
Examples:
the unfamiliar surroundings. Around unfamiliar people. She was unfamiliar with the city and got lost while trying to find her way back to the hotel.
Incision.
A sharp cut made in something with a sharp tool, especially during a medical procedure.
Examples:
incision tool, small incision. Patients undergoing incisional surgery are often put to sleep by anesthesia.
Insert.
To put something inside something else.
Examples:
insert coin, insert a graphic. She inserted a new chapter into her manuscript.
Instrument.
An object used to make musical sounds, such as a piano, guitar, or drum, a tool or device used for a specific activity, particularly in specialist or scientific work.
Examples:
musical instruments, surgical instruments. This electronic instrument is required to undergo periodic inspections to ensure precision.
Procedure.
A way of doing something, especially the official or well-known way.
Examples:
undergo a surgical procedure, standard procedure. The pilot and flight attendant ran through the checkout procedure.
Infection.
A condition in which pathogenic microorganisms or viruses have entered the body.
Examples:
A bacterial infection. Treat the infection with antibiotics. Hospitals must meet various standards to prevent nosocomial infections.
Recover.
To return to a former condition, health, mind, or strength.
Examples:
Recover a loss. Recover approval ratings. She is still recovering from a shot to her shoulder.
Trade-off.
A balance achieved between two desirable but incompatible features, an exchange that occurs as a compromise.
Examples:
Trade-off problem. Environmental trade-off. There was a trade-off between speed and accuracy in the task.
Device.
A piece of equipment, tool, or technology that serves a particular purpose or function, often mechanical or electronic.
Examples:
Electronic device. Tracking device. I always carry a backup device in case my phone runs out of battery.
Trocar.
A medical instrument consisting of a sharp, pointed metal or plastic tube that is inserted into the body, usually through an incision, to withdraw fluid, drain abscesses, or facilitate the insertion of surgical instruments.
Examples:
Disposable trocar. Laparoscopic trocar. The surgeon inserted the trocar into the patient's abdomen for a laparoscopic procedure.
Abdomen.
The part of the body between the chest and pelvis that contains the stomach, intestines, liver, pancreas, and other organs, the posterior part of an insect's body, typically divided into segments.
Examples:
Abdomen pain. Insect abdomen. The weightlifter used his strong abdomen muscles to lift the heavy barbell.
Puncture.
A small hole or wound made by piercing, such as with a needle, nail, or pointed object.
Examples:
Bicycle puncture. Needle puncture. The tire had a puncture and needed to be replaced.
Plunge.
To dive quickly and steeply downward, to thrust or throw into something. Noun, a steep and rapid fall.
Examples:
Plunge into the water. Plunge a dagger through his heart. The company's profits plunged after the recall of their new product.
Vessel.
A ship or large boat.
Examples:
Blood vessels. Naval vessels. The vessel arrived in port the following day.
Straw.
Dry stalks of cereal plants used as fodder, fuel, basket, etc.
Examples:
Straw basket. Rice straw. The straw hat protected her face from the sun while she worked in the fields.
Straight.
Extending or moving in one direction without bending or curving, having no deviations.
Examples:
A straight line. Straight for 2 months. He was sick for 5 straight days.
Terrify.
To frighten someone very much.
Examples:
Terrify people. The threats terrify him. It would be best not to terrify your associates into doing complex tasks.
Fundamental.
Forming an essential base or core from which everything else develops or is affected.
Examples:
Fundamental education. Fundamental rights. Human behavior has fundamental characteristics.
Physics.
The science of matter and energy and their interactions.
Examples:
Nuclear physics. Laws of physics. He studied the physics of radiation.
Invasive.
Spreading very quickly, and often aggressively, and difficult to stop.
Examples:
Invasive breast cancer. Invasive species. The invasive disease can spread quickly and potentially cause a global pandemic.
Complication.
Something that makes a situation or condition that is complex or confused.
Examples:
Complication of structure. Resolve without complication. He also continued to struggle with serious long-term complications.
Graduate.
A person who has a first degree from university or college. Verb, to complete the first course of university or college and get a degree.
Examples:
Graduate degree program. Honor graduate. Many employers hire graduate trainees to train as managers.
Drill.
A tool or machine used for making round holes or driving fasteners, a training or practice.
Examples:
The drill hit the well. Fire drill. Several military drill programs have become popular methods of exercise.
Brain.
The organ inside the head that is responsible for one's movement, thought, memory, and feeling.
Examples:
Basic brain function. Permanent brain damage. X-rays revealed a small tumor in his brain.
Excuse.
A reason or explanation, either true or invented, given to justify a fault or defend your behavior. Verb, to make someone free from blame or clear from guilt.
Examples:
Excuse for inaction. Perfect excuse. He quickly fabricated an excuse for not attending the meeting.
Neurosurgery.
Medical operations conducted on the nervous system, including the brain, spinal cord, and individual nerves.
Examples:
The Department of Neurosurgery. Specialize in neurosurgery. She has 20 years of experience in neurosurgery.
Skull.
A bone framework that surrounds the brain and gives the head its shape.
Examples:
Skull fracture. Have a thick skull. Archaeologists found a Neanderthal skull at that historic site.
Medicinal.
Of or relating to the treatment or cure of disease.
Examples:
Medicinal chemistry. Traditional medicinal. The medicinal properties of this herb have been known to help with various ailments.
Stick.
To put something, usually a sharp object, into something, noun, a thin piece of wood or other material.
Examples:
Stick a key in a lock. Fire stick. You stick a bill in the change machine, and the coins pop out.
Involve.
To include or affect someone or something as a necessary part of something else.
Examples:
Involve a lot of paperwork. Involve a high degree of risk. The investigation involves several government agencies and is expected to take several months.
Tissue.
An ensemble of similar cells of the animal or plant that together carry out a specific function.
Examples:
A facial tissue. Loss of muscle tissue. The researcher separated the nervous tissue for microscopic examinations.
Epidural.
Referring to the area outside or above the dura mater, equals the thick, durable outermost membrane of the three layers. Noun, medical procedure involving the injection of anesthetic into the epidural space of the spinal column.
Examples:
Epidural anesthesia. Administer the epidural. During childbirth, the doctor administered epidural anesthesia to alleviate the pain of contractions.
Mention.
To speak or write about something or someone briefly.
Examples:
Mention name. Mention in a report. I mentioned to him that I had seen his sister at the grocery store earlier that day.
Needle.
A thin, pointed object typically used for sewing or medical purposes, a metal or plastic instrument used for administering injections or drawing blood.
Examples:
Needle prick. Sewing needle. The acupuncturist inserted needles into specific points on my body to alleviate my pain.
Ligament.
A band of tissue that connects bones or holds organs in place to support and stabilize the body.
Examples:
A ligament in the ankle. Cruciate ligament. The ligaments in the knee provide stability and support.
Spine.
The series of bones running down the center of the back that protect the spinal cord and support the body, the backbone or vertebral column.
Examples:
The spine of a book. A cervical spine injury. She has a minor curved spine due to desk work for many years.
Anesthesia.
A state of controlled, temporary loss of bodily sensation or awareness that is induced for medical purposes.
Examples:
Anesthesia for surgery. Local anesthesia. He is in general anesthesia under the surgeon.
Childbirth.
The act or process of giving birth to a baby.
Examples:
Natural childbirth. Assisted childbirth. He was present at the childbirth of his children.
Marrow.
A soft, fatty, vascular substance in the cavities of bones, in which blood cells are produced, the choicest or most essential part of some idea or experience.
Examples:
The marrow of a speech. Vegetable marrow. The soup was made with bone marrow, giving it a rich and savory flavor.
Biopsy.
The process of removing and examining tissue from the body of the sick person to determine the existence or cause of a disease.
Examples:
Biopsy of bone marrow. Liquid biopsy. The doctor performed an excisional breast biopsy.
Burrow.
To excavate a hole or make a tunnel in the ground by digging, typically for use as a dwelling of an animal.
Examples:
Burrow through the forest. Burrow into a mystery. You can't burrow through solid metal.
Lesion.
A damaged or abnormal area of tissue in the body, usually caused by injury or disease.
Examples:
Muscle lesion. Brain lesion. The doctor examined the lesion on the patient's skin to determine if it was cancerous.
Bayonet.
A long, sharp-edged weapon, typically a knife or blade, attached to the muzzle end of a rifle or similar firearm, used for close combat, allowing soldiers to engage in hand-to-hand combat after firing their weapons if necessary.
Examples:
Combat bayonet. Bayonet training. The troops trained extensively in bayonet techniques to prepare for combat.
Medical.
Relating to the treatment of illness or injuries, relating to the practice of medicine.
Examples:
A medical opinion. Temporary medical treatment. The medical team worked quickly to save the patient's life.
Newtonian.
Relating to Sir Isaac Newton or his laws of motion and universal gravitation.
Examples:
Newtonian physics, Newtonian mechanics. The motion of planets can be described using Newtonian mechanics.
Opposition:
The act of disagreeing or resisting, the state of strong disagreement.
Examples:
Opposition campaign. Meet with opposition. The opposition party strongly disagreed with the government's proposed legislation.
Balance:
A condition in which everything has the same weight or force, something left after other parts have been taken away.
Examples:
The balance of power. Asset on the company's balance sheet. Try to keep a balance between work and off.
React:
To take action in response to something.
Examples:
React at a high temperature. React against his way of thinking. How did he react to your idea?
Acceleration:
A rate of increase in velocity, the rate of change of velocity with respect to time.
Examples:
A unit of acceleration. Acceleration of an object. The car's acceleration was impressive, going from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5 seconds.
Tip:
The top or extreme point of something slender or tapering, usually a mountain or hill. A piece of advice about something practical, a small amount of money given for services.
Examples:
The tip of a paintbrush. Give the waiter a tip. I will introduce some tips on learning English in this class.
Oppose:
To be against or in conflict with something or someone, to resist or to try to prevent something from happening.
Examples:
Oppose a decision. Publicly oppose. I strongly oppose the new proposed law that would harm our environment.
Extend:
To broaden in scope, range, or area.
Examples:
Extend the warranty. Extend a line. Her visit will extend from Monday to Friday.
Mechanism:
A part of a machine, or a set of parts that performs a task, a natural or established process that occurs during a specific situation or reaction.
Examples:
The mechanism for DNA replication. Defense mechanism. He discovered unique mechanisms for photochemical reactions.
Expand:
To increase or to make something greater in size, number, or importance.
Examples:
Expand a lineup. Expand agricultural output. They hope to expand their business worldwide.
Outward:
Relating to the external appearance or surface of something, visible.
Examples:
An outward journey. Outward cheerfulness. The outward appearance of the building was impressive, but the inside was in dire need of repairs.
Wedge.
A piece of wood, metal, or other material with one thick end and a narrow edge that is driven between two things or parts of objects to secure or separate them.
Examples:
Drive a wedge into a relationship. Put a wedge under the door. He inserted the wedge into a split in the log.
Friction.
The force that opposes motion between two objects in contact, especially by producing heat and wear, and is proportional to the normal force between the objects.
Examples:
Friction force. Surface friction. The friction between the two countries was causing tension.
Retract.
To take back, withdraw, or revoke something that has been said or done, to disavow or repudiate a statement or assertion that one has previously made.
Examples:
Retract a promise. Retract a lawsuit. I need to retract my statement because I realized it was incorrect.
Unlock.
To open something, such as a door, window, etc., usually using a key.
Examples:
Unlock a door with a key. Unlock value. The customs officer required the traveler to unlock his suitcase.
Frame.
A strong border or structure of the wood, metal, etc. that surrounds something such as a picture, door, or window.
Examples:
A picture frame. The frame of the policy. The detective looked for fingerprints on the window frame.
Blade.
The flat part of a knife, weapon, or machine with a very thin edge used for cutting.
Examples:
A blade of grass. The blade of a turbine. The blade of the katana itself is still in excellent condition.
Rub.
To move one's hand or an object over the surface of something with pressure.
Examples:
Rub shoulders. Rub a glass window. She rubbed the sore spot on her leg to ease the pain.
Membrane.
A soft, thin layer that forms animal or vegetable tissue.
Examples:
Cell membranes. Nuclear membrane. Loud noises might harm the fragile ear membrane.
Disappear.
To cease to exist or be visible.
Examples:
Disappear without a trace. Disappear after a week. They watched the train disappear into the distance.
Blunt.
Having a dull or rounded edge or point, not sharp, straightforward in speech or manner, often to the point of being rude or insensitive.
Examples:
Blunt criticism. Blunt force. The blunt knife made it difficult to cut through the tough steak.
Sheath.
A close-fitting cover to protect something such as the blade of a knife, sword, or other sharp objects.
Examples:
a sword sheath, peripheral nerve sheath. He had long suffered from inflammation of a tendon sheath.
Specify.
To explain or state something clearly and exactly.
Examples:
specify a cause, specify an option. You can specify the font color by clicking the Color tab.
Applicable.
Fit or suitable to be applied, having relevance to a person or thing.
Examples:
give applicable examples. Accordance with applicable law. This regulation is not applicable to minors.
Discipline.
The practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior, using and punishments if these are broken, a region of activity, knowledge, or influence.
Examples:
break discipline, rigid discipline. He quickly learned the military discipline.
Prototype.
A first or preliminary example of something such as a device or vehicle from which other forms are developed.
Examples:
complete a prototype product. Early prototype. The flying car is presently in the prototype stage.
Fascinate.
To attract and hold the attention of someone deeply and irresistibly.
Examples:
fascinate the public. Fascinate the young. The magic tricks fascinated the children.
Append.
To add or attach something, especially supplementary or additional information or material, to the end or after something else, to include or incorporate as an addition or enhancement.
Examples:
append a record. Append a page. I need to append the additional information to the end of the report before submitting it.
Appendix.
A small, tube-shaped organ attached to the large intestine in humans and some animals, which is believed to play a role in the immune system and digestion. Supplementary material that is collected and appended at the back of a book.
Examples:
appendix cancer. Book appendix. The doctor reviewed the patient's medical records to see if they had previously had their appendix removed.
Injury.
Harm done to a person's or an animal's body caused by an accident or an attack.
Examples:
without injury. A fatal injury. My accidental injury got better right away.
Grab.
To take hold of something or someone suddenly with a hand, especially in a violent way.
Examples:
Grab an audience. Grab an opportunity. Shall we grab a bite to eat?